In the suffocating stillness of the Wraithing hour, the village of Eldridge Hollow lay under a cloak of foreboding silence. Thomas, a lone farmer, felt an inexplicable pull towards his barn, as if the night itself whispered secrets meant only for his ears. As he approached, the air grew dense, charged with an unseen malice. The moon, a pale witness in the sky, cast long, sinister shadows across the ground. Shadows that seemed to writhe and twist with a life of their own. Thomas's lantern flickered wildly, as if protesting the darkness that pressed in from all sides. Inside the barn, the animals were restless, their usual nocturnal sounds replaced by a chorus of nervous whispers and uneasy shuffling. Thomas's heart raced, his instincts screaming of danger. A low, mocking laughter echoed through the barn, a sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Thomas spun around, his lantern casting frantic beams of light into the dark corners. But there was nothing but shifting shadows and the growing sense of dread. The laughter grew louder, transforming into a symphony of sinister murmurs, each word a twisted promise of pain and despair. Thomas felt his mind teetering on the edge of madness, each whisper a claw tearing at the fabric of his sanity. Then, in a moment of chilling clarity, he saw it. Something in the darkness, a form darker than the shadows, a presence that seemed to suck the very life from the air. It moved towards him, not with steps, but with a smooth, gliding motion. Thomas swung his lantern in a wide arc, the feeble light briefly illuminating the entity. It was a glimpse into the abyss, a vision of pure, unbridled terror. Eyes, if they could be called that, gleamed with a malevolent intelligence, fixating on Thomas with an intensity that promised a fate far worse than death. The farmer's scream shattered the night, a desperate plea that pierced the heavy air. But as it descended, that cry was abruptly silenced, as if swallowed by the void itself. The darkness, thick and palpable, wrapped around Thomas like a constricting shroud, smothering his breath and crushing his hope. For a fleeting, horrific moment, Thomas was acutely aware of every sensation. The cold touch of the entity was burning, searing his flesh where it made contact. It felt as though invisible talons were raking through him, shredding muscle and sinew. Something wormed inside him, as if darkness had birthed a living force in his very core. It tore through him, a maelstrom of agony that sought to obliterate not just his body, but the very essence of his being. Thomas's body convulsed, a puppet in the clutches of a force beyond his understanding, beyond mercy. In the hollow silence that followed, the thick, iron scent of blood mingled with the musty air of the barn. The darkness pulled back, its appetite momentarily appeased, leaving behind only torn flesh and splintered bone.